Hey everyone, welcome to the Severed Chains Devstream. Tonight I have both Ink and Zycronix here, and we're going to be doing some more work on the modding API. You want to say hi? Hey everyone,
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Alright, so to start out with, the reason I have Zycronix here is because for the next release we want to get at least hard mode integrated into Severed Chains. So we're going to be looking at some more of the events that Zycronix will need to implement hard mode from Dramod. So we talked a little bit before the stream, came up with this list here, and first things first, we're going to organize these.
Taking away TFC's job.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta automate ourselves out of work. These two events here, I think, are also very, very simple. I figure for these, what you are going to need is just in the start of those turns, we'll say, we'll fire off an event and pass along the battle object. Does that make sense?
Right, I actually have something to add to this.
Okay.
I need an unused item event as
Unused
well.
item, right.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure that's something that a lot of people will need. That is a very important one there. Use item in combat specifically because items can have different effects depending on when you use them.
Charm potions, anyone?
Yep. Okay, on battle results screen event, what do you have planned for this?
Basically, there is a few custom events Drama has where specifically Shanna and Levitz are out of the party or they don't gain EXP. So on that screen, if you have XYZ encounter ID, Shanna or Levitz gains X amount of EXP. So that's really the only thing on that screen.
Okay, so you basically want to be able to uh, give all characters experience even if they're out of the party?
Right.
Okay.
That's a tricky one.
Yeah.
You can't have Shanna like 4 levels behind everyone. Unfair.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that one out.
Is that more of a retail sensible change? Because shouldn't they be leveling up anyways?
Well, she's out of
Hmm.
the party in like 3 battles, right? So she just falls behind.
Oh yeah, true. But
That is
then
a
what if
very good
like they are
question.
supposed to be out of battle and they're not supposed to be gaining EXP in that time?
Yeah, we're gonna have to look into exactly how the game handles players being unlocked. See if there is a specific flag that says you have this character, um, or if it's just like they're physically taking those characters completely away from you when that happens. That's a very good question. Um, let's leave this one for pretty much last, because that's kind of
For now.
yeah, that's kind of I don't know. Dragoon level cap increase. Yeah, that is again pretty easy, as is SP to level Dragoon. Customize Dragoon spell damage. That is kind of in the same vein as well. On damage dealt event, that is also easy. Um, the hotkeys, we're probably going to want to design uh, a robust system around mods being able to register hotkeys that can hook into our keybind configuration screen that we don't have yet.
Yeah, I specifically needed them for because in Dramod you can exit Dragoon after you take your turn. I don't know if it would just be better to have a menu edit, like icon or something, where you can just exit instantly, or after the turn. That's why I had the hotkey there.
Yeah, I don't think hotkeys is the best way to do that in severed chains. I think it would be best for us to have some sort of menu option. I'm not sure exactly
Well,
what that would look like. Maybe like a toggle button on the Dragoon menu that says like, you know, end Dragoon form after this attack or spell. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I would also need a toggle for some equips, because some equips have two different states that change your stats.
Okay. Hmm.
So, like, the player would enter the hotkey and say, like, Maru, she would gain 10% magic damage, but also use, like, 50% more MP or something. I already forgot what it does.
So
Okay,
we're
so
gonna
you
need like 10 different custom hotkeys that you can set to whatever key you want, and then you select from a list of the different things that that can do.
I'm thinking that a better way is to have uh, like additional options on the actual combat menu rather than telling the users to memorize hotkeys for it. Um, I'm thinking uh, for untransforming after attack. We can do that. Um,
My idea was
equipment.
basically you don't set those to a specific toggle or button. You just have, you can like add as many hotkeys as you want, and you select from X amount of game events that you want to listen to on that hotkey. So you could bind multiple like untransform and equip an item at the same time, and that could all be on one hotkey.
Sure, but I definitely do think we should have like visible buttons for it as well. Um, so, not everyone might be like a power user
So
who.
do you mean like the mod is going to set them, or we're going to have a fixed thing to these events,
Uh,
like
so
a fixed
this
button to the event?
so this wouldn't be an event. Well, there would be an event that allows mods to add additional buttons to the menus. So like the hard mode mod would say to the engine like, I want to add this specific kind of button to this specific combat menu.
All right.
Not to say that we couldn't also have hotkeys, but I think we should have like visible buttons as well for people who aren't used to using hotkeys. Just for accessibility's sake.
Well, I'm just thinking like if we have like 200 of these game events going off that can be accessed by a hotkey, you can't really assign 200 buttons to 200 game events.
Yeah, no, like we'll definitely have hotkey support as well. and I think what you're saying is a good solution for that.
Yeah, so let's hack this in then.
Yeah, yeah. I'm intentionally leaving this lower on the list as well, because this will take some system design. Equipment with different states. Um, yeah, this is a good question. We could also have a toggle button, but what happens if someone makes a piece of equipment with like 3 states or something? Um, I'm wondering if we want to have something maybe like the item menu, um, that lets you view your equipment, and then any piece of equipment that has different states, you'd be able to click on it to toggle those states or something like that. Do you have any kind of vision for how this would happen in combat, Zychronics?
Well, if it was a menu icon, it would just flip the icon. So like you would have two different icons and it would be, oh, you're in this mode. Say you put like a healing potion and it swaps to the mind purifier when you're in the opposite state or something.
Yeah, I would like to have some kind of setup where we can have it, like have text or something that says exactly what it's doing rather than just having icons.
Or maybe once when you're hovered over the icon, like text appears at the side of the screen. It'll say, oh, press triangle if you want to swap to this mode. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or you could go back to my other suggestion and do half of it and just have game events that fire on each frame. And that if your button is assigned to that game event and you press that button during that game event, then it goes off. And your game event is very specific to whatever you're wanting to do.
I don't think we would want to do events that fire each frame. Rather be it the other way around. Um, a mod would say, uh, I do this thing on a specific input, and then the user can choose what inputs that maps to, and then the game engine, upon receiving that input, would dispatch all of the necessary events.
Well, somewhere you'd still have to check if it's whatever button you press, whatever action it's doing, it's still allowed during that context of the game engine. So I don't know if that's more stressful than just having a small event firing off the whole time for that small duration of time that you can press the button.
We will probably want to have some sort of context there. Um,
Yep.
when when these input handlers are registered, they would probably say what context they are valid in.
Yeah, so you either fire off a game event or at the start you set all the states and then at the end you have to clean up all the states at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So one of those two approaches.
Yeah. Um, but that being said, in terms of a visible UI as well, because we don't want it to just be uh, key press or button presses or whatever. Um, we do want some kind of visible UI for sure. I'm not entirely sold on just having a toggle button for the equipment, because what happens if you have 5 pieces of equipment that all have different states? Would you have 10 plus buttons on your combat menu? That seems a little excessive.
This is where your game event would be very specific, and then it doesn't matter what the modder has done because they have to target a very specific game event. And so if you have 10 game events that are similar but slightly different, you can have the same button assigned to all 10 of them. And then the right one will fire based on the context. And I have no other solutions for how you're currently describing it.
Well, what I'm thinking is we add uh, a new menu to the combat menu that sits alongside the items menu and lets you view your equipment. And then within that menu, you'd be able to toggle the equipment states.
And it would be the same button that you would use to click on them to do whatever with. It would just be the state that tells it what to do.
Well, you would press the X button or the X button equivalent to toggle them when your cursor is over them. You know, it would be like using an item, except it would be an equipment menu.
You have no solution for that.
Well, I think like that. I think that is a solution in itself. So let's say
Nice menus, by the way.
thanks. Been working on those. Alright, so let's say we're in combat. So my proposal is to have a items menu and then, you know, maybe beside the items menu have an equipment menu. Then you open the equipment menu, rather than listing items, it would list your equipment, and in this box that says the item description, it could say whatever state your equipment is in. And then, you know, right here we could have like for equipment that has multiple states, we could have like I don't know, just like an X button to say like press X to toggle or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's a good first draft. And then we'll figure out what we need from there.
What do you think, Zachronics?
That sounds good. Because it's better to change it in battle than just not, than leave it in the main menu screen.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Add equipment menu to battle similar to items menu. I think this is on the wish list anyway, to add an equipment screen in combat.
What type of gear states, by the way? Like what type of gear states are there?
Zachronics was saying like there was one specific armor, for example, that he said, I think it was like it uses 50% more magic or whatever, but does 10% more damage.
So these states are passive effects from the stuff, and you can turn them on or off.
Yeah, basically. This is stuff in the current hard mode.
Nice. And so you're not it's only what it's currently equipped, right? You can't swap out gear,
Right.
but you could potentially later, maybe.
Yeah, I pasted the example of Rose's weapon that has a state that I'm using. So you currently in draft mod, you would press circle and right to unlock Rose's secondary state for her weapon, where she'll deal more damage and heal more HP, but do less damage. Sorry, did I say that right? I'm still half asleep.
Yeah, I see it. That makes sense. Now, what if you want to like use a spell from your armor?
So you're talking about like gear that gives you like
Yeah.
additional spells or something?
Yeah, if you have it equipped, then maybe you can cast a spell from your gear because you have it equipped.
Hmm.
I'm just getting ahead of ourselves, but I'm just curious where that goes.
Yeah, so I'm thinking this equipment screen is so toggle gear status something. Okay, so step one, which is not strictly for this, is add an equipment menu.
Mhm.
That's something on the wish list anyway. And then we can add an event for when the combat menu is interacted with. And then this could maybe listen for X button being pressed.
And then the sub of that, you have like passive events, active events, swapping gear events.
Hmm.
Is that the same line of thought? Or maybe passive equipment action and then like active equipment action and then swap equipment action is probably better than just saying event everywhere.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. I wonder if we want to go that specific, or just have like an event for when buttons are pressed on a menu item in general.
Yeah, I think the first part will get us most of the way there. The other half is like when we want to support mods properly.
Hmm. Because yeah, if we just do like a generic like button was pressed on the menu and say like what menu item it was, then the mod can kind of just do whatever they want.
Yeah, the heavy lifting part, yeah.
Um,
I don't think we have a event right now for when equipment changes while you're in combat. And I don't think that's in the code.
yeah, no, there's no way to do that right now.
Yeah.
Um, we may want to allow mods to change or to perform combat actions. Yeah, so you talking about like a piece of gear giving you like a specific spell or something that you can use. Um,
Yeah.
we'll need some way for the mod to say like use this spell as your turn.
Yeah, there's a lot of state management going on from that menu.
Mm,
Just kind of like the items menu too, though, so we can look at that for reference.
yeah, the unfortunate part is that a lot of that is handled in scripts.
I mean, that's what I love to hear. So, and then the other thing was potentially to allow them to unequip and equip something else, but that might be going a little bit too crazy for now.
Yeah, I think we'll probably stick with what Zycronix needs for hard mode for now, but
Yeah.
that is, again, something on the wish list.
And then so the question is active stats. So your equipment stats gets loaded into active stats, battle gets loaded with active stat values, then active stats paste everything into some crazy memory thing during battle, and then we don't interact with memory, or we have to interact with active stats to change that.
I
I don't
literally
remember.
have no idea.
It's
But,
one of those two scenarios, so
yeah, we need to get rid of active stats.
get rid of it or make it the source of truth for everything. One of the two. I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, all of that's already on the battle object, and I think it makes a hell of a lot more sense to have the stats attached to the actual battle object, you know?
It's kind of reasonable, you know? Always fun just to copy paste your code twice.
Yeah, right.
But this might be a massive blocking feature for all that we were just talking about, so
Yeah. Yeah, active stats is still memulated too, so that's limiting.
I guess the question was, is combat drawing from memulation or is it drawing from active stat values?
Active stats is in memulation. It's still in the memory layer.
And then is
It's
combat using active stats or is it using another memory table somewhere?
combat uses. Combat uses something.
Yeah, that's what I don't know.
Okay, so what is this method? This must be. Um, okay, allocate player battle objects. Yeah. Okay, so we are loading the character stats here, and S0 is the battle object. Okay, so it's okay. I think combat when combat is started, the character stats are loaded into active stats, and then the active stats are loaded into the battle object.
Yeah.
It looks like active stats are mostly used in the menus. Submap.
For menus and preloading battle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something in submaps for some reason.
Charm potion.
It's using hit points and stuff. This looks like healing. Yeah, this is setting.
Oh, okay, yeah, healing.
Yeah. So that's something related to scripts. Healing. Maybe rock fireflies or something. Yeah, okay, it's just this one method. So I'm guessing this is just like in the field healing. This is
Cool.
healing and setting SP to maximum. That's interesting. All kinds of fun stuff like that.
I wonder where 500 maximum is. Like, I don't know of anything that's 500 max.
SP.
Oh, SP, yeah, that's right.
Yep. And yeah, it's used in the
That's a
various.
fun way of doing it.
Okay, and what is this? This is if it's a monster. Okay, so this is setting up the per hit stuff. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Um,
Then I think we have a state problem after this with the hard mode equipment stuff.
a state problem?
Yeah, so when everything's loading, what's tracking when the equipment is toggled on, and then we'll have to track it somehow different when we do toggle it on.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow that's going to have to be centralized somewhere. Because you're going to have two different events with on loading the equipment in battle, and then when you load it again when you toggle it on.
Yeah.
And then when you turn it off too after battle, so.
I'm wondering if we want to remove some of the caching on the battle object. Um, like all of the spell stuff, um, all of the item stuff is copied into the battle object when it's being used. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know, maybe it makes sense to leave it like that. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not sure how much of that we could even change with how uh, inextricable it is from the script engine.
Yeah.
We can definitely get rid of active stats, I know that for sure. Um, and then just read directly from the game state.
Which would be the logical thing to do.
Right? Okay, I am going to add an issue for us to get rid of active stats.
I'm pretty sure that's as far as we can go with this segment on the list, and we should probably just start from the top now.
Yeah.
Unless some of the things are interactive. If we see active stats and we have to add an event into active stats, then maybe we don't necessarily do it just yet. I don't know.
Yeah, so for the cap removals, first thing we're going to do is search for 9999.
Hard coded everywhere.
Oh yeah,
Do we have
everywhere.
like a global enum list somewhere where we can just change it once and it'll change it everywhere?
Nope.
Like your core mod could have a enum
Oh, I'm just gonna
that's as a
remove a
header.
lot of the hard caps,
Oh, okay.
because I mean, it's very very rare uh, to hit those in retail anyway. It actually looks like I may have removed most of those already.
Should the cap just be the maximum for the type?
Okay, there's one left here. Yeah, these are all the super fun. The old UI code literally had like 2 or 3 methods to render every single digit length that it used, and
Huh.
they were just all completely duplicated code.
What are functions?
Right? Okay, so we remove that. Now we're going to have to remove them in the scripts. Have we done?
Alright, I'll be back later.
So Zychronics, a little while ago, I can't remember if I'm pretty sure it was you and I. Um, we were messing around with doing major damage by jacking up the levels and stuff, and we did modify one of the scripts. Um, do you remember what scripts those were? Was that just the like character script or the battle object script?
I think it was just the battle object script. That was like 8 months ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago. Okay. Allocate player battle objects. We need to... What is this? Oh, that is player positions by the looks of it. That could be interesting to allow mods to play around with. Um, Okay, so we're allocating a script state here, but not actually loading a script into it yet. Okay, not there. Oh right, it happens in here. Okay, so that means monster, I believe. Yeah. So, yeah, players just get this script file. Right, we did externalize that file so that... Did we externalize that file? No, we didn't, goddammit. Hmm. Okay, we're going to have to externalize this file so that we can mess around with it. We are already doing an extraction from battle loader, yes. Yeah, we're pulling the encounters out, so we can just do the exact same thing. Okay.
A lot of hmms this stream.
Yes, because I need to figure out what the proper offset for that is. So I need Ghidra.
Another side note, the EXP limit may also need to be tied to whatever the EXP curve or EXP levels have been set to by a modder or someone.
Yeah, we'll probably need to adjust that maximum as well.
I tell you, enums.
Okay, memory map. Battle loader base is FB778. Wait, and that starts at FB77C, so this is 4 bytes into the overlay.
When I first encountered code that said overlay, I was very confused to what was going on.
That is BP'd. I made a drag and drop unBPER.
Oh, thinking ahead.
Did I put it on here?
I
If
didn't.
only I could remember where it was. I think I linked it in Discord actually. Please hold.
Local disk, storage, hard disk. There's gotta be more than just those 3 ways to reference your local storage or something. C drive, drive, disk.
I found an older message from myself saying, I assumed the output size of a BP archive would always be large enough to hold the archive itself, but I didn't account for them compressing files that are made larger by compressing them. So there are some files, some files that they have compressed that could not be compressed, so the compressed version of the file is actually larger.
It's almost like software engineering, a good staple of that is to measure your impact.
Yeah.
Just measuring in general, I don't know. Maybe that's just engineering. Measure your changes.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, there's no way that it was this long ago that I made that. That was from like a year ago. Where is
Time
this?
flies.
Yeah, I guess. This is some exciting stuff. Apologies to everyone who is currently watching.
Everyone who's watching the recommended build number 2 screen.
I'm going to check my laptop because that's where I do 99% of my work. UnBPE. It is not a Git repository at all. Okay, copying it to my desktop. That explains why I couldn't find the repository.
It's always good to find a nice solution after you have a problem.
Wait, did I? I already had copied it into my LOD hacking directory. Always thinking ahead, just not remembering that I did.
You were streets ahead, not thinking ahead.
Yeah. um, did you do the thing?
No, I didn't do the thing.
Are you
Yo, welcome
crashing for some
Garrett
reason?
Meyer. Hopefully I said that right. Welcome to the first Devstream. Hopefully you know what's going on with LOD.
Oh
The
yes.
funny thing is,
Hey Garrett.
he's tuned in while we're doing like file stuff, not like any of the coding yet.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna see
It gets
why
better.
it does get better. What? Okay, so it is working. Why is it not doing anything?
Is it finding the right file in the right directory?
Okay, so what the issue was, it was open in HXD. No, because it didn't unVP it.
I see.
I thought it did, but it didn't. What is wrong with this? Okay, am I just going to have to copy the path? Attempted to decompress non-PPE segment. Oh, I am dumb. Okay. So the entire file is not BP'd, and yeah, okay. So this is exactly what I was expecting. I just didn't realize it was what I was expecting. So yeah, it's 4 bytes into the file. Okay, carry on.
When you can tell someone's done too many troubleshooting attempts.
Okay, so we're gonna call this player combat script, I guess.
I can always tell you now in the PR, so.
We can actually clean this up a bit now. We can slice this instead of, yeah, that's nicer. Offset is OX4, and the size is that. Yes, welcome to the Devstreams, Garrett. They're a lot more all over the place than the playthrough streams, but today we're working on modding. Okay, so if I delete the battle loader overlay and then rerun, the unpacker should unpack the combat script.
The last week's dev stream, the first 30 minutes is also a pretty good like introduction to the current state of the repo. So you can always go check that out too.
That is true. And look at this. So, due to the magic of the recursive unpacking pipeline, it even detected that it was a BPE and decompressed it for us.
Are you patting yourself on the back right now?
I am.
With both hands?
Good job, me. That is text I want. Nope, I want OF27. Yeah, okay, so that's exactly what Zychronics was talking about. The 9999 separated by OX10 bytes.
What was ZY or Zai on while he was doing this nonsense? That's some dedication right there, I don't know.
Yeah, I really don't know
Well,
how the
many things, many things.
yeah, I don't know how you guys managed to do all this log mod stuff before we had the decomp.
Yeah, Zychronics, like before server change and everything, how many hours did you put into getting that to the state that it's in now?
I would say around 350.
That's it? That's not too bad.
Well,
It's
yeah, I was coding it in college. Oh god, I'm old. Um, yeah, I started it in college because I was bored because I took programming. I was like, oh, I already know all this. It took to third year where we actually were starting to do the analyst stuff where I was like, oh, I don't know something.
Yep.
Nice. So did you learn anything?
Yeah, I learned about a lot about database design. That was my favorite new thing I learned. Like all the programming languages I already learned, except for a bit of C++.
Fun times. And then this Monoxide guy comes along and does everything in Java.
Yep. Ruined everything.
The actual The ROM hacking tool I was supposed to make that I can't was in Java. So something would have been in Java at this point. It just took a while.
You know, they say once you go Java, you never again.
Well, that's why I did a drama in C#.
Ah, music to my ears. That's what I like to hear.
But
Alright.
also, it was just easy to convert the Lua cheat engine script, which it was originally coded in, which difficulty modifier was in Visual Basic, which was also very easy to convert to C# for Dramod.
Yeah, and it
So,
looks like we didn't crash, right, Monoxide? Is it working?
Yeah, we're gonna make sure that, where is the auto charm potion? Am I? Oh,
who removed it?
I am dumb. It
Hmm.
is right here.
Right, I forgot about it too.
Yes, it is now in the options. Okay, let's make sure that the combat script still works. Looking good.
How many hours do you spend a week on average on Summer Change, Monoxide?
Oh, Jesus.
If you could average it out from the last few years.
Uh, well, let's look at my GitHub contributions. A lot.
Hmm.
Yeah, there we go. Last Saturday, 24 commits. 33
Yeah,
commits the
those are
Sunday before
commits.
that.
What's the hours?
Too many. Far, far too many.
So it looks like you didn't completely break it. So
Yeah, I don't think I even slightly broke it.
Blossom Storm!
Alright, now first off we're going to do a manual replace. Uh, yeah, just replace all. Alright, and let's make sure that worked.
Lazarus says your commit history is better than his work history.
Honestly, it's probably better than my work history too. Alright, so let's put Albert's level up to 999.
Blossom Storm!
Oh, it's still showing 9999. Probably because there's a limit on the number of digits. Let's see if we can alleviate that. I'm guessing it's this method here. Digit count. God, they do this in the most difficult way possible. Okay,
How
so
many render numbers are there? Wow.
oh, these are all references to different memory addresses within that same method.
I see.
So that's 5 shorts. Let's change this type. 4441. So that's 4 digits and 1 digit. What are these things? Okay, so hit points. Yeah. So, like, why? Why was it necessary for them to do this? So, this second parameter here is the number of digits for this thing, except instead of just being the number of digits, it's an index into a table of maximum digits. So instead of
Wow.
just saying how many digits they wanted it to be able to render, they have this table here. Why are you like this? Okay, I'm changing that right now. God damn it. What is this? This variable is used for other things too. Why? What is
Nice.
display stats for? Okay, I guess this is probably for rendering the numbers. Yes, it is. Okay. Digit count equals 2. So, why do we need to limit the digit count anyway? Okay, so let's just not. Actually, let me just do a control F on that so we can see where else this is. Love this. They do the table lookup over and over and over again.
Efficient.
Mm-hmm.
It's always fresh. That is always live.
Okay, we're going to expand this to digit count as well. And this 4 also needs to be digit count. That means we are probably going to have to dememulate this.
Was it hard coded, like how many digits could be printed?
Oh yeah, everywhere.
Oof.
Okay, so fortunately display stats is a malloc struct. So, well, actually, you know what? Let's just pull this out of the memory layer completely. Is there any reason for any of these to be signed? Yes, this one. Okay, that is fine being changed to an int. A6, don't know what A6 is. What is V0? V0 is always positive. Okay, ints it is.
We need a term or a phrase for when we go to make a change that should be like 2 minutes to do, but then you have to like go through 10 different side tangents to get back into it.
Yeah, love it. Okay, so this is a double array. The outer array is 5. I'm going to leave that as 4 for now. It will change. Those can be ints. as a multi-dimensional array. Yeah, it'll be easier to just iterate. Oh, actually, I was already dimensioning that part, so I can just do an arrays dot set all. No, why? Um, oh, duh. Why are you complaining?
That's a Java problem, by the way.
What is a Java problem?
Not knowing what type of constructor or method call you need to be doing in the current context.
I mean, I don't really see how that's a Java problem.
I will be as finicky over it as I can be.
Let's just make this maximum of 10, just so we can go wild. That was not what I meant. Oh my god, stop it, please. Goddamn Windows 11.
Same. Have you done the recent Windows 11 update?
Which one?
The one that came out like last week or something? That apparently made shells a lot faster and not slow anymore.
Let's find out. Uptime of 56 days, so nope.
Oh, okay.
I'll reboot when I'm dead. Okay. So make those dynamic. Okay, that's another one done. And then it will just be battle F. No, battle F is fine. That's just compilation warnings. Yeah, and then it'll just be changing this. Okay, that's not going to be final. I'm guessing there's one of these for each character. Oh wait, we can make this final actually. And we'll just initialize all of those to non-null. Wait for IntelliJ to finish processing this massive amount of code. Okay, we no longer need to initialize that or free it. I'm a really big fan of all of these comparisons that they do.
Yeah.
Anding with 4 and checking to see if it's not 1.
I mean, you gotta be sure, right?
How are you gonna be sure if you don't check? Okay, we have made our way back to this method, which is where we need to be. Should I just remove this entire limiting block here? I'm gonna
Yes.
remove this entire limiting block.
I didn't see really a point for it.
Yeah, me either. Okay, and just going to check all of these, make sure. Okay, we got a less than 4 there. Okay, that I think is doing basically an is used check. Let's see what this is. Yeah, okay, so this is the value of each digit. Okay, so those will be initialized to -1, so we can just do a check on displace, or the length of this, and it will handle itself. Yep, that was that one, and here we're doing digit count. Hey 2G, what's up? We're just doing some more preparation for the modding API. We're working on the groundwork so that Zychronics can start porting hard mode over to severed chains. Right now, we are working on uncapping the damage.
And this is step 1.1.a of our list.
Yep, we got quite a bit of stuff to do. Okay, let's see what happens here. This will either work or explode. Oh, we have lost our HP and MP displays, so that's something.
Maybe you need to attack to get them back.
Demon dead.
Still 9999.
I see you're not gonna get them back. Maybe on this screen. No. Oh.
Try making the characters low level with like one defense. Because from what I remember, there's different damage caps and there's damage caps for literally everything. If it's a Dragoon spell, it has a different damage cap than the item spells. And stuff like that.
Okay, let's pop into this method here for the hit point renderer. Okay, so we have sane hit points, digit count of 4, which is expected. That's going to initialize everything. That should probably, yeah, that should be setting every single one of those digits to -1. That's not the issue here, but it should be the case. Display stats dot 04a1 dot length, and we'll cut this, move it here, and yeah. Okay, recompile. And we will rewind the stack a bit and continue back in here. Okay, so now all of these should be -1 and all the way down -1. Okay, we're good. All those get set to -1. Two, 1, 6, 8, and that is our. Where's our value? Oh, is it pulling it directly? No, it's not. Am I just? Oh, yes. Okay, I am just dumb. Why is value 8? Oh, it's actually being modded there. Okay, that makes sense. 2168 was the value coming in, right? Yes. What is A2 underscore 0? Why? What? Why are these different? Is it? That's just. Okay. Are I and A2 not the exact same thing?
They look like it. Where is A2 initialized from?
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's starting with a different value. Okay, that makes sense. That is allowing it to skip X positions if the number is shorter. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, let's take a look at this structure. Make sure it looks sane. Two, one, 8, or 2, 1, 6, 8. And the x values are 15, 5, 0. Wait.
7.
Yeah, okay, it's every 5. Okay. It's because the y value should be signed and is not. So it's just very, very large. Where is this y value coming from? Right here. So these should likely be signed references. Yeah. Okay, there's 10 of those. So this should be short 10. And then, yeah, so those are x and y values. U's should all be positive, so I can just stay like that. Okay, so this should be a short ref. Wait, was that the right one? Yes. Short ref. And we'll kill that. Why is this? Sure, you can be an array fill. Okay. So this will at least fix the hit points and stuff being way off the bottom of the screen. Yeah, okay. We're good there.
That was a good step in the right direction.
Yep. Always good to actually have numbers. So now we're going to jump into the damage calculation method and put a breakpoint. We're going to jack Dart's level up. It's like, why is Dart level 1? But it was the Weasel. And Dart misses. Alright, we're going to jack Albert's level up. Thought he was going to miss there for a second too.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to be... There's nothing I can do about that because the volume display, or the volume control will not pop up while this is paused. So, sorry about that. We're just going to listen to him yell for a while. Okay, so we've got massive damage here. Oh look, it stopped on its own. How nice of it.
Nice.
Okay, so it's S2 that we're looking at here. Let's see where S2 is being used again. Okay, it's being multiplied. Is this doing any state changing? No, this is a pure function, so I can just run these. Okay, so it's going to multiply by 1. That is also going to multiply by 1. And that is also going to multiply by 1. So we should end up with the same number. And we do. We're returning S2. Yeah, we get damage. Damage has the expected value. Are we doing any state changes here? Nope, just all get stats. So let's check what the result of this will be. Same. So yeah, damage is being loaded into the script engine.
Is it coming out of the script engine?
What a good question. So Zycronix, are you still with us, or have you just fallen asleep?
I'm in space.
Alright, so, I changed the 6 damage caps in the scripts that are hex 10 bytes apart. But we are still getting capped by what I suspect is the script engine.
The classic problem.
Yeah. This is unrelated. This is just, yeah. Okay, anything in S item will be unrelated. Just going to check to make sure. That's XP. Why are we checking if experience? Oh, that's just to get the width of it. What a stupid way of doing that. I'm going to search for the hex value as well. Nope. Okay, well, let's see what script this is. Enemy combatant index 1. Where is the script file? That is the script manager. Script pointer is what I'm looking for. Combatant 1. Well, that doesn't tell me much. Yeah, okay, so that's just loading enemy ID +1 from Dragon 1. Does anyone know the Windy Weasel's enemy ID?
Oh, I don't have any of this stuff open.
I think these
Let
are
me try to
probably
find it.
all just enemy scripts, period. So I'm just going to open one of these and, well, would you look at that? The enemy
Wow.
scripts also have caps. Because why not?
This is what I was mentioning earlier. Now, is it one per the 300 or so unique monsters, or is it one per each slot?
You bet your ass these are in every single enemy script.
Alright, so time to make a program to edit these scripts, I
Unpack it.
guess.
Oh, there's not one in whatever 244 is. Thanks, Doom. Doom, can you check and see what 244 is? Actually, okay, once we hit 162... Okay, yeah, see what 162 is, actually. Because once we hit 162, the first file is not an enemy file, so even though it's 163, it would be enemy ID 162. They're all just 20 kilobytes till we get down to here. And yeah, we've got them again. Okay.
Ah, that sucks.
Yeah. 1 kilobyte. What are you? Who knows? How many unique enemies are there?
I can get the actual number.
What is 402? I want to say that was a combat controller or something.
286.
286. Okay. Okay, what am I looking for here? Not these. $401. Okay, we're loading 401 here. Don't know what it is. Okay, 2G says 244 is a crash. Okay, so this 402 script has those as well, but I'm not seeing anywhere that it's actually being loaded, strangely enough. Well, I guess we're going to add a new unpacker that literally transforms every single one of these files in Dragon 1.
It's only Wednesday evening, we got time.
Yeah. Okay. Dragon 1. Um, Dragon 1 damage cap. So we're going to do a name dot starts with Dragon 1 dot bin. Now, problem here is we need some way to determine if we have already processed a file because it is recursive. We should be able to use the flags here. I've not actually tried doing this yet, but I think this will work. Dragon 1 damage cap patcher. Need to add that flag here. Now the issue is scanning these files is not going to be particularly fast. Anyone have any suggestions for quickly processing this data?
Chat GPT.
That is not going to do it any more quickly than a for loop. Okay, so I think we're going to do a loop here. Yeah, we're not going to do any slicing or anything. We're just going to do this raw. I equals data dot offset. I less than data dot offset plus data dot size. If data dot read byte I equals oxf. OX27, then write short I9999 and break.
Couldn't we also
Oh
do
wait,
the
no, we don't
check
want to break. We do want
if
I++
it's
though.
I think when I did that it caused an issue, so that's why I had the +10. That's what I figured out. Read the +10 if that's also 0f27, then you write 999 to both addresses,
Fair enough.
or 50 or whatever the new number will be.
Is this what I want? No. OX11. I think that might just do it. Gonna add some comments to the discriminator. Every single enemy script has damage caps built into it for some reason.
Could have been easier just to have a if 9999 ignore.
It could have, but this is safer.
Yeah. Yes, that was the joke, by the way.
Okay. Okay, so let's delete Dragon 1 and see if this explodes spectacularly.
50-50.
Yeah. Okay, seemed to work fine. Oh god. There we go. Okay, let's see. Hello, HXD. I love when it does this. It pops up windows saying it can't access the file, but it pops them up underneath the window. And
It's not because you deleted the files?
yep. And there's literally nothing you can do. You can't even end task it properly. You have to go to the process, and
Nice.
it is not letting me. Okay, I had to unselect it and reselect it.
Technology.
Okay, let's see if this actually did something. Okay. Or was it OF27? It did not do something.
Oh, you did write 9999 back to it, right?
Yeah? I want to say yes.
Shouldn't we change that one? So I kind of want to see if changing it to 65535 crashes the game. Because that's what it does in retail.
Oh. Yeah. I'm dumb.
Or just do that, that also works.
I did not understand what you were saying at first.
I'm
Or
also half asleep.
I understood it, I just didn't process the issue. Nope. Okay. Now, why did that not work? Gonna split this, drop a breakpoint here, delete again, and run and debug. Doom, I'm not sure what you mean by that. I wonder if the discriminator just isn't picking it up. Starts with sector dragon1.bin. That should be correct. Okay, let's see if it's getting into the patcher at all. Yes, it is. Okay. What? Oh! This read byte takes into account the offset. I was going to do it raw and then didn't do it raw.
These are the fun little things of programming.
Mm-hmm. What the hell? Are you trying to tell me that you're not finding a single OXF in any of those files? Okay, what file are we looking at? We are looking at the merge file. Not going to be anything in there. No, we're... Oh, it is just looping through the merge file right now. Okay, so I'll jump down to there, and then it's only finding the merge file? What? Oh shit, I think flags is global, isn't it? That is an issue. Hmm. Is flags global? I guess it's global per... No. Hold on. Okay. I need to remember something. Okay, so that set is global for each root file. I think we might just need to make this a set of strings or something so that we can put anything we need into there. Yes, Garrett. So we have a step at the very start. The very first time you run the game, it actually unpacks all of the game's assets. And does a bunch of patching. A, to make some stuff cleaner. B, to fix a bunch of retail bugs that we found. The files are created. The issue is that flag that I added. Because once it runs through one time, it is actually setting the flag, and then that same flag is being is still set for the next one. So I'm just going to change this to a string so we can have one flag per file. Nope, not what I wanted. How do I make this match case? Okay, this is going to take longer than me just doing this. Okay, there's slightly more of these things than I expected, but that's fine. Oh yes, this class as well. This just needs to be a string.
At least we're only on tangent number 2 of 10.
For now.
Yep.
Okay. And then this can just be a new hash set. And I'm just going to add the file name. That'll be easy. Okay. So we'll delete these again. Okay. Yeah, that was the issue. So now we'll open up HXD and pop one of these in there and hope for the best. Haha. Now we're going to see if we can do a stupid amount of damage.
Can't wait to see 999.
We're not going to attack the weasel.
Die. Demon. Demon.
Okay.
Demon. Death.
Haha! You see that die?
Ooh.
Ooh, fancy. Now try doing over the short limit.
Alright, we're going
Final
level
test.
9,999.
Yes. Oh,
Nope. Just Ultimate War God.
We all made the same something.
There you go. 65535.
and it didn't crash. It would
Not
have
even
crashed
a
in
little bit.
Dragon.
Not yet.
Okay, now test items, Dragoon spells, and monsters attacking you. That should cover all scenarios.
We don't have a way to buff a monster's level, do we?
No, they're all level 1.
Yeah.
Okay, Rose. Just max her level. Okay, so we've still got a cap there.
Yep.
Sounds like the Impacker has more work to do.
Mm.
Now try Dragoons. Maybe that has been unlocked.
Is there any appreciable difference between the magic and the regular attack?
Yes. You have to try both of them out.
Okay, do you want me to do a D attack or a spell?
Spell. Yeah,
Oh yes,
leave one
pick the
of
one
them
that's broken
alive.
the most.
And give the other one like 500 turn meter and like max attack.
Yeah, that worked.
Gosh, I have to say the glitched effects look so much cooler than the normal ones.
Yep. Okay, we're gonna set everyone's level and defense down to 1. And who is left? You. I'm also gonna set everyone's attack to 1 just so I can. Whoops. I can't break the addition now that we've got to do an ultimate war
Yeah.
god.
At least it did 1 damage.
Um. Um.
Unsigned or signed overflow into unsigned?
Okay, I think this will be. Oh yeah, here's another really good one. It is an impossible condition, and then a loop that just does nothing. Whoops, I clicked on the go. But yeah, so that's more just classic Legend of Dragoon code.
You should make a scrapbook of them all.
Yeah, right. Okay, so I'm guessing we are overflowing somewhere. Yeah, that is a really big number. Because it's squaring the attack. Yeah, we're definitely overflowing there. Yep. You see we got a big negative number now.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that's why we didn't break anything. I just need to turn his damage down some.
Should you put a check in that if you have a weird large negative number or something, you should put it to a cap? Your money
Yeah.
cap? The unpacker could have just changed the
Yeah.
999 to 65, whatever.
Yeah, so it works for enemy attacks. He's just gonna keep going.
So
You
it's
can give him
only
a...
items now then.
Yep.
Watch every single items has its own item script that also has the
Oh,
cap in there.
probably.
Could be split between, like, healing and damage.
I mean, actually, yeah, that's probably the case. Because I have to scan the damage cap once you cast an item.
And maybe it'll just be
Okay.
different in the field.
Wait, did we also break the HP cap too and I didn't notice?
Did we break the HP cap?
Yeah, for our characters.
You mean did we remove the HP
Remove it?
cap?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it should be working. However, the numbers are going to overflow their boundaries. Dumas, what is the turn maximum value? I mean, it should be very close to the maximum number that a signed int can hold. Yep, there you go. Works fine.
Hey, let's go. Does this work in the menus too with the new menu code?
Um, I think I have it limited to 4 digits, but I mean, that is very easy to change. Well, let's take a look right now. Character card.
I mean, if it's so easy, why don't you just change it?
Okay, yeah, no, I'm using this new render fraction method, which will just do whatever you give it. So it is already removed. Well, there you go. We just need to figure out the item stuff now, unfortunately.
Oh, the
Oh, and
slash is hard-coded in its position, eh?
what's that?
The slash is hard-coded in the UI, so it gets overlapped by the HP, because the HP will move around.
Oh yeah, they hard-coded all of the slashes.
Yeah.
That's why I added this, one of the reasons I added this render fraction method, which will automatically position the slash and the numbers.
Anchor points. Cloud.
What?
I said anchor points are good things to have.
Yep. Okay, so how are we going to go about figuring out where the item one is?
TFC would probably know, because he just did something with that like a week and a half ago.
Was it specifically item use script? Hmm. Also, I'm thinking right here. Okay, first off, I'm renaming this to damage. And right here, I'm going to say if damage is greater than so eventually we will jack that up even higher.
Could be an enum, by the way.
Or just a constant. You know, these damage caps, the script engine works on 32-bit numbers. We could probably increase
Put the
that
frig in there? Oh, I see. Yeah.
even higher if you wanted to go full JRPG.
Yes, I would like to go full JRPG.
um,
I'm
we've
not even sure if any characters in hard or hell mode will hit higher than 60.
Can
But
also
yeah,
be
that
when
would be
mods
interesting.
want to deal with it.
yeah.
Yeah, 2 billion HP Melbu.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, we could turn these ints into longs and just go fully wild with it. But anyway, let's not do that right now.
When the first person complains about the damage cap, again, we can up it.
Yeah. But I don't think we'll get too many people complaining about a 65k damage cap.
And I just want to see the flex where someone complains about the damage cap being too low, and then you say like, yeah, okay, go try and hit the max now.
Yeah, Doom raises a good point. Let's try a potion. Those numbers are supposed to be right aligned, aren't they?
I don't know, those are one of those questions you ask and then you don't know.
I feel like it looks normal. Like, I
Yeah,
mean, they might be supposed to be aligned, but they look normal, not aligned.
yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll have to check retail and see. I honestly can't remember. The healing potion worked fine though, so that's good. I'm going to check Astral Drain as well.
Are there any heals that aren't percent?
No. It's either 50% or 100%.
None of them are based off of damage?
Astral Drain is.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, so let's set her to level, I don't know, 1,000.
Astral Drain.
Oh shit, I set her to level 1,000.
Okay, I was wondering, something was weird. I thought, like, I don't know, maybe you just didn't click it and you didn't. But I didn't want to say anything because I thought you.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, that worked too. Alright, well, I am satisfied with that. So the only thing not working is the item magic. How are we going to track this down? Okay, so first off, I'm going to just clear some space here so we can see where we started. Okay. So we're going to look for loading script. I suppose we can change the name of this now to player combat script. These are all do nothing. Doom 4314, that'd be a def, right? Oh god, I hope the defs don't have their own limit. They wouldn't do that, would they? They wouldn't have the actual damage calculated in the def script.
100%.
Please. That's the only script I'm seeing get loaded here, unless it's something that is already loaded. Okay, well, let's take a look. 4314. Oh. Come on.
Is it
Only
a
the
different
damage cap.
script per item?
It's in the def script for the item magics.
Is that for all item magic or?
I'm giving it a 99%. Doom, give me another item magic script ID or dragon number. Let's see if 4316 is another one. No. I'll just wait for Doom. Doom, can you give me another def for item magic? So, I'm guessing that this also means that, well, okay, I'll preface this by saying the button mashing for item magic is also handled in a script. I bet you anything that they have a copy of that code. Yep, there it is. I bet you anything that they have a copy of that button mashing in every single one of these item defs.
Wow.
So what does that mean?
Unpacker has work to do.
Aside from the Legend of Dragoon developers being out of their goddamn mind, it means that in order for us to change that, we need to change it in every single one of the scripts.
That explains why the beta items have the old counterpress code that works in game.
Yep. Yep. There you go. Alright, well, that is 3 different item magics, and they all have it, so... Yep.
Oh, so each
Those are all-
each separate item magic has its own button matching code.
Yes.
Oh. Are they all the same, or are they slightly different?
Well, you would hope that they're all the same.
Are the same because someone copy pasted them all? Are there any non-attack that have button mashing spells that could be different?
non-attack that have button mashing? Not that I'm aware of.
The only other button mashing is the beta items. That's
Hmm.
it.
Doom, what is the def file for the very first item?
Well, I wish you guys good luck on your scripting adventures. I'm
Yeah.
out for the night.
You say you're out for the night?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up here pretty soon too. We've done enough cap removal on stream. We didn't get done much of what we set out for, but I mean at least we have taken care of almost all of this.
There'll be enough dev streams until the next release, so.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, 4308 will be where we start doing this unpacker transformation. Actually, I guess it's probably easiest if we just hard code all of the IDs that we want to change. Yeah, we'll just hard code those in the unpacker, I guess. All right. Yeah, I think we will actually wrap it up there. And I'll just do the item magic one off stream, and then we can reconvene maybe this weekend to discuss the rest of the new modding API stuff that we need to do. Does anyone have anything else to add before we shut it down here? Anyone in the chat have any questions?
I'm all good. I need to sleep.
Yeah, I'm getting there too. I'll just wait for a second to see if anyone has any questions.
Still bright here, a tiny bit. Not bright, but light. It's nice.
Yeah, yeah, it's nice that we're finally getting a little bit of extra daylight. Although it's just after 10 here, so it's definitely dark. Yeah, Rock Weasel says, feels like some items mash better than others, so each item having their own scripts makes sense. Yeah, if we can identify which part of the script is handling the button mashing, then we can actually compare them and see if there is actually any difference between them. I would like
Super interesting.
I would like to operate under the assumption that they're all the same, but I don't know that. I would hope they're all the same, but I wouldn't put anything past them.
Or, it could be like my work and have like a slight error.
Yeah. All right. Well, we will wrap it up then. Before we sign off here, I'd just like to say thanks to my Ko-fi supporters, my founders Jman001 and Deningrad, my researcher Zach, and my mercenaries Vorthod, Doom Metal, Platinum Sarge, Milk Lizard, and C4BLEC, I think, for the recent $30 donation. If anyone would like to donate to my Ko-fi page, there will be a link in the chat in a moment. Thanks everyone, and hopefully we'll see you